Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to Runescape free Marketwatch. Now in this video, what we do is we go through the Runescape free Grand Exchange, price rises and price falls on the homepage, and talk through little ideas in terms of money makers, items which are down in price, possibly up in price, and investments I would make off the back of that. Now, if you haven't been looking at the channel over the past week, if you haven't seen any of the videos during the week, we now have a brand new series with an account to follow the Runescape 2026 roadmap, and it is absolutely blown up in terms of the views. Now, if you haven't seen any of it yet, I have put a link to the playlist in the description and in the corner of the video as well as some other videos I think you guys might enjoy. And if you have been enjoying that and enjoy Marketwatch, please make sure to hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more and more content. Now, in terms of this week, in terms of the updates we've had, it's just been the UI tweaks and a few world repairs, a couple of little fixes, nothing too big. We are still sort of settling down after the big unveil of the 2026 roadmap. Next week, I am actually going to do a video where we kind of delve in a little bit in terms of moneymakers and stuff we can do to get an advantage on these up and coming updates, just to give you guys a chance to use it in terms of making some money or possibly saving a little bit of money on the items needed. However, we are not here for that. We are here for one thing and one thing only, Runescape free Marketwatch. And as always, we're going to start with the price rises. So, starting at the top, Steel Bar has now gone up to 2.5k. I know for a matter of a fact, this is more around 3,000 coins. We have been doing a lot with Steel Bars lately on the Fresh account, but that is still very good. A very good way to make some money on free to play if you can get the supplies for cheap enough. The Mahogany Plank up to 1.4 thousand coins each. Silverhawk Feathers now 6.3k. I imagine Silverhawk Feathers might run. So for someone who wanted to train agility and use Silverhawk Feathers and not really train agility, you've only really got a year. And not only that as well, the Silverhawk Feathers on the Grand Exchange are getting less and less and less as people use them more throughout the year, and that just means the price, in my opinion, is just going to go up and up and up. We have T-Planks at 255 GP each, Eternal Magical Logs 3.5 thousand coins, Orichalcum Stone Spirit 383 GP each, and we have the Hexy Pet Token at 3.4 mil. Xerosian Insignia continuing to go up, 7.5 thousand coins for a free-to-play archaeology material is quite a price, and definitely could be worthwhile you buying the Ancient Gravel to go and use just for the standard wash plant and seeing if you can get some Insignia. I imagine that would still be some decent money. Normal Planks 375 GP each, we have Baby Dragon Bones 347. We have a variety of different tokens going up in price. I imagine this could be due to the Christmas event finishing, and those tokens just starting to tick a little bit up in price and starting to settle where they should be or where the market's kind of dictating they should be as well. So really interested to see where that ends up. We have the Oak Plank at 1.3 thousand coins each. We have Iron Ore 881 GP each, and the Eternal Magical Wood Spirit at 7.2k. Magic Wood Spirit is 173. We have an Orange at 309. Portable Well 8.6k, and we have the Portable Range at 10.9. These are going to be very similar to Silverhawk Feathers. The fact that people want them to use them for their benefits, but none of them come onto the Grand Exchange now, and the demand is getting more and more, and the supply is getting less and less. That means that these are going to go up in price. We have the Magpie Pouch still going up and still being very strong, 7.5 thousand coins. Still a great way to convert your green charms into cash if you haven't done those already. We have Starbloom Flower Seeds at 37.7 thousand coins, a Magic Frame at 75.3k. This is kind of expected and kind of why the plank's going up in price. People are starting to stock up on construction supplies because I think 120 construction could actually be game breaking if they do what they should do with the player owned house. If we get a player owned house mimic even half the usability of what the 07 player owned house is, it could be massive for the game. And to have the construction levels to do it is going to be massive. So one of the big things we're going to delve in next week is going to be construction, because I think there's a lot people can do to prepare for it and also make a lot of money with it as well. We have the Chaotic Brimstone at 6.9 thousand coins each, the Mystic Cloth 7.4, U Wood Spirit 112, and the Catalytic Anima Stones 875. We have a Scrimshaw of Sacrifice at 5.1 mil, Clean Guam 371, Elder Wood Spirit 10.1k, and a Soul Rune up in price 1.2 thousand coins, which is very, very strong for a rune price. Really up 13%, very good. We have Serenic Scale still slowly recovering, up to 46.8k now. Radiant Energy 212. Limestone Bricks, very similar to the frames, will be going up in price because people will need the stone wall segments. To do the construction, it's not just the frames that they're going to need, it's going to be the stone wall segments. So that can be a very solid way For low level or fresh accounts to make money is to do the Stonewall segments. We have Third Age Iron, 2.8 thousand coins each. Ghostly Essence continues to go up, 8.2k. I think it's kind of like bottomed out and it's rebounding. Ghostly Essence is a very strong item at the minute. I think whenever it does crash, it's definitely worth picking up to invest in because it's worth so much and people will pay so much for it. Powerful Ghostly Ink, 16.1 thousand coins. The Stonewall segment there, 11.9. I imagine that's over mid. Infernal Ashes, 435 GP each. Cadmium Red at 12.8. A Star Bloom Flower is 24.4. And a U Frame as well, going up in price, 67.3k. We also have Clockwork ticks away here at 12,000 coins. We have Ranarc's 1.3k. A Portable Brazier, 9.6. U-Logs at 683. Normal Logs, 1.2. Papyrus, 1.4. A Super Prayer Renewal Potion is 33.5k. White Berries, over 3,000. We've picked out White Berries a couple of times over the past couple of months. They crash so hard. I do think it's a solid secondary to pick. That, Potato Cactus, and Congeal Blood to a point as well. They do seem to go up and down as a bit of a trend. Always worth picking out and keeping an eye on as well. We have Cooked Rocktail 627, Raw Rocktail 29.8, Inert Adrenaline Crystals 2,000 coins, and Necronium Bars 8.9k each. So they could be a very good one as well. And finally, finishing with Greater Necroplasm up in price 382. Now, this is a great week for price rises because you can start to see that the sort of updates which we've been pre-warned about are starting to put things up like Clockwork. Really good price. I think that's going to be linked in with the Hunter update of Birdhouses. That's going to be pretty massive. But construction is the underlying thing for this week. We do have some archaeology materials as well going up in price. Necronium Bars are a pretty big thing to be going up in price. Treasure Hunter items still going up. The portables, the springs here up in price still, and as well as the Silverhawk feathers. But construction, we've seen a couple of construction frames go up. We are seeing a lot of the planks go up. And not only that, the log prices are starting to go up. U-Logs over the past couple of months have sort of worked their way up to 1,000 coins. They seem relatively cheap at 683, and that's after they've spiked up a little bit as well. I think that the demand on U-Planks, U-Refined Planks and U-Frames is going to be very strong. Same with Magic as well, because they will offer people very relatively well-priced construction XP with pure AFK-ness as well. So again, construction is going to be a massive thing, which is why I'm going to do a pretty in-depth video hopefully about it next week, as well as some other stuff we picked out. There's some definite decent money makers here as well. Now, price falls still might be scattered with a little bit of the tokens and all the stuff you can get from the Christmas event, but we'll try and cover it a little bit better. We highlighted last week that Vizwax is going down quite aggressively, and it's still going down quite aggressively. A great comment from the Marketwatch last week is that someone mentioned that it's probably because auras are going out of the game, which is very true, which makes you wonder are we going to have another use for Vizwax? Because again, daily challenges I don't think is enough to keep Vizwax up. But while it's still here, you can utilize Vizwax at a cheaper price, extend your auras, get the most value out of them, and who knows what's going to happen with the future there. We still have some more of the cosmetics going down. Again, like I've said numerous times, if you like the look of it, throw in a cheap price, see how we can go from there. We have talismans going down for whatever reason, I'm not too sure. A blue Santa hat now is 48.1 mil. This I was going to do a video on about maybe some point next week, but we can talk about it here, is the bond price. The bond price has fallen hard. We are currently at a price for 115 mil, and I've seen a couple of screenshots of Reddit of this being closer to 100 mil. This is the cheapest bonds have been since August 2025. Like, here we have peaked with bonds to 170 mil. They have dropped so hard, and I imagine it's because obviously the treasure hunt keys are no longer available. But if you are an account which likes to pay for membership through bonds, 7-day bond for example, now could probably be a very short window and the best time to buy bonds. I would still hold back and let's see what they look like next week. But this will be something we'll check in on every week of Marketwatch just to let you guys know if there's any better things or any options to do in terms of this as well. But that bond price is low. So whether it will go sub 100 mil, who knows, but it's definitely one to keep an eye on. Draconic Energy, 167.1k. Tusker's Wrath, now nearly 800,000 coins. Spirit Rune is 68 GP each. And a Lore Rune is 149. We have Smoke Runes at 963 GP. A Muspa Pouch, 29.4k. The Yellow Santa Hat, even further down, 39.3 mil. And the Gloomfire Bow, 124. And the Ember Staff, just under 190 mil. A Grimoire Page is 5.6 mil. We have Necromancy Pieces still on the way down. 165 for the robe top, 115 for the robe bottom. Ectoplasm had a nice little sort of rally, got to 1.5k-ish, but is now down to 1.3. And Baynight Ore, 3.9k each for that. And a Carbon Black is 2.6. We have Blood Necklace Shard, 1.3 mil. Again, if you're a lower level, definitely worth picking it up. It really does benefit and help you and give you some HP back. Bomb Vials, 1.9k each. Steel Plate Bodies, 3.7. Bainite Stone Spirits, 323, and a Wine of Guthix, 6.3k each. We have 5kg Sandstone, 2.2k each. Mystic Hat, 22.3. Charge Bow, 2.6k, and a Beer Glass is 1.2. Mithril Ore, 700 GP each. Extra Fine Sand, 1.9. Extreme Ranging Potions, 10.6k each. And Abyssal Orb, 780k. Spirit Weed Seed, 2.3k there. We have a Dart Bow, 136k. Necrotic Anima Stone is at 1.1k each. Maybe worth picking up. And a Sorrow Brew Fritos, 4.6k each. Definitely worth looking at that because, again, all you need is one PVM update and a Sorrow Brew is suddenly in demand. And then finally, Regular Ghost Ink, 7.4k. So there's definitely some items in price falls as well to keep an eye out for. The bond price, we're going to reflect on every kind of week just to see where it's going to go in terms of patterns and stuff. But there's definitely some things dotted around here I would look at investing in. I do think that some of the skilling supplies definitely got some value here. But we'll reflect on it over the next couple of weeks and see where we go. But price rises is definitely where my eyes would be. There's some items there which is definitely making profit. The planks, definitely keep an eye on. I imagine, even though they're not on the Grand Exchange this week, that all the other planks will be up in price. Same with refined planks, same with frames, because people will start to be invested in construction. Because again, that is the big update, in my opinion, for this year. If the house is done correctly, it will transform the game and transform a lot of things people want to do. However, that's going to wrap up Marketwatch this week. Let me know your plans for the Grand Exchange this week. Are you investing? Are you flipping? What are you looking at? What's your opinion of price rises this week? Do you think construction is going to be a big turning point in terms of where cash is going to go for a little while? But that's going to wrap the video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. If you have, drop me a subscription. Please like the video. Drop me a comment on your thoughts as well. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.